punish him and the Terriers as South leads West in this Yorkshire derby. Chase on between McGoldrick and Feeney. Goodman has come out and has clattered into McGoldrick. What will the decision be and end up with the referee? He's pulled out a red card and Huddersfield a goal down now, or a man down.
You good to go?
All good, let's go.
Unrestricted. Season 3. Episode 4. Turbulence. Defeat against a local rival always hurts more. And the game at Barnsley proved that things are never straightforward at Huddersfield Town.
So, obviously, the Barnsley game, a huge game for us heading into one of our most important games against one of our local rivals, and a result that's tough to take. We come away without the points that we wanted, and we set about, going after. And actually, the context of the game, the manner of the defeat, the way we lose the goals, really frustrating, of course. We felt like if we were able to keep the game in a position where we were in touching distance, we felt confident that we would get the goal. We did towards the end, but however, we had conceded the third goal, and that put paid to the points from the afternoon for us. A strange game in many respects, because you have to look at the way the first goal is conceded, and we have to look at the way we end up being a man light on the pitch. And of course that was new for us, and definitely for the team, I think a moment for us to learn from, for sure, both individually and of course collectively, because a new scenario for us. Post-game, of course, we're dealing with our young goalkeeper, who had a difficult afternoon, and he's a player that we love and we've got high hopes for this year. If you know Owen and you spent enough time around him, you know he's a very conscientious young man who cares deeply about not only his game and results and points for his club, he cares a lot about his teammates as well, and his coaching staff and everybody else.
I've been in positions that Owen's in at the minute. I'm not saying everything has happened to me, so I know what he's going through, but at the same time, Owen is a confident boy. He's a hell of a keeper, and I think he works hard, and I think them things will stand him well throughout his career. And I see how hard he works. I see what type of lad he is. I see the qualities he's got, and it's just about him keeping his head down, working hard, and staying true to who he is.
Yeah, obviously Lee came back in the team during the Barnsley game, which in some ways is great for him, tough for Owen. What I have to say is, from day dot, all of the goalkeepers together have been a true union. It is a pleasure for me to come in and see them all get after it in their own way. They all have different things to get after. They've all shown great support for each other. Lee, to be fair, from when Owen's come in, has kept his head down and been after it, had the bit between his teeth every day, which has been nice. And then likewise, when Lee's featured in the cup games running up to Barnsley, Owen's shown support through the penalty shootout. I think we might have seen different examples of that. But every day as well, there's definitely a respect between the two. And wider than that with Chapo and Elle and Franny as well. There's big respect between them. So that's been really nice for me, coming to work every day.
Despite a heavy blow at Barnsley, Town aimed to get back on their feet against Peterborough United.
Two teams whose starts to the season could scarcely be more contrasting. The early signs suggest a new look Huddersfield are primed for another promotion push. Sorensen to chase this, and he's got in behind there. And Huddersfield are level. Huddersfield building. Well, it would have been special. Chance of handball, but it won't matter. Harvey Kane. Where did that come from? Now Taylor. Can he finish it here? Joe Taylor! Yes, he can!
Despite that setback off the back of one of our most disappointing results of the season away at Barnsley, the group were able to steady themselves. Important that we're able to bounce back and show ourselves and show our character. And to do that with, as I said, 3 really good goals after their deflected effort straight after half-time was so important for all of us. We're able to find the quality to score 3 really good goals, and that was a real pleasing thing for all of us as a group, because we knew that those are the sorts of games that are important for us once we've had disappointment.
Early targets were set for the squad, and a win in the Virtue Trophy was a step in the right direction. In football, everyone knows there are no certainties. But for one of Town's longest-serving players, committing their future to the club was an easy decision to make.
When it boils down to it, the love I have for the club, the way I was welcomed into the area, and yeah, I just felt like there was a good feeling around the club. I think everything just sort of pointed to staying. You know, I've had a hell of a ride of 4 or 5 years at the club, and I think part of my story at the club, I just didn't feel like it was over.
Wonderful save from Nichols. He's denied by Nichols. Quickly and sharply at the feet of the Spaniard.
Oh, a lovely ball and a lovely save from Nichols.
Nichols has to get across and palm it away. Goalwards with menace and touched over the top by Lee Nichols.
I think the next stage was, for me personally, what direction I think the club's going in, and I think it's 100% going in the right direction. And
a short run up it will be. Ayew clips it towards goal and it's kept out by Lee Nichols. McAteer against Nichols. McAteer's denied. Huddersfield are on their way to the Stadium of Light. They prevail in the penalty shootout. A night on which they've had to show so much spirit, fighting back from a goal down on 2 occasions.
Shot and another save from Nichols.
My relationship with the supporters has been good. I think they got behind me, they welcomed me in, they supported me. I love the supporters here, you know. I think they'll get behind you if you're doing well, if you're giving everything for the club. They'll let you know their opinions, but I think that's the sort of people I like playing for, passionate people, and people that at the end of the day just want to see the club do well, want to see you do well, and for me personally it's exactly what I want to play for.
Teenager stamps over it, up against Nichols. Oh, Nichols has saved it! And Huddersfield Town of League One have put Premier League Sunderland out of the Carabao Cup.
It's not his first rodeo. He's an experienced goalkeeper now. Played across levels, played for lots of managers, played in lots of teams, with lots of different goalkeeper coaches. I think he has a good sense of who he is and what he has to do in the game. What I would say is, even though he is experienced and even though it's not his first rodeo, it's tough. It's tough for a goalie. There's only one can play. There's nothing beats the work. There's nothing beats doing the hard work, you know. And he's done it, and that's what you've got to do. And just wait for your chance, for your moment.
Hello there, good afternoon, a very warm welcome to Football Special, and good to be back with you once again. Well, this week we put the spotlight fairly and squarely right on the top of the 4th Division. Our main match is the local derby between second place Huddersfield and fourth place Bradford City. Points absolutely vital for both sides. Huddersfield against Bradford City.
As we know, derbies mean more. Town legend Andy Booth and lifelong supporter Jonathan Wilkinson have strong connections, emotions and memories when reminiscing on such fixtures.
Derby matches are the pinnacle of any season. It's so important for every fan to get one up over the neighbours. They're just a matter of miles apart between the clubs. I think there's 13 miles between Town and Bradford. When the fixtures come out at the beginning of the season, these are the games that you kind of look for the first. There's lots of history between the two clubs. There's families that support both clubs, and it's always tasty when the two teams come together. Yeah, there's been some really good games between us and Bradford over the past few years. I remember here, we were 3-0 down. Chris Waddle scored directly from a corner, but then Ian Lawson, I think, scored a couple of goals and we got back into it and got a 3-3 draw. Probably the most memorable one for me is the 4-3 at Valley Parade, where goals left, right and centre. I think Booley scored, and there was a proper Yorkshire derby on that day. Town came out victorious, winning 4-3, but a really, really passionate affair.
I look back at my career and there's a lot of good games that stand out, but that's one of the games that does stand out as one of my favourites. It's frightening that it's 31 years ago now. It just seems like yesterday. It was a full house, obviously a local derby, and it was the first time I think I'd played in a proper derby. I came on sub the year before or the year before that, but it was my first one I started, and we had a good team. It was obviously under Neil Warnock and we'd got Paul Reed from Bradford. We had a few Yorkshire lads, Huddersfield lads in the team as well. So there was a little bit of a rivalry building up, and it got a little bit feisty on the day before and in the morning of the game. So and you know what? It couldn't have been a better game. But obviously we came off winning, but for both teams, for the neutral, it had everything: end to end, goals, tackles. And you look at the players that played, then Chris Kamara, Paul Jewell, Lee Duxbury, Lee Sinnott were on their team. They had a good team, but then we had Roddy Jepson, we had obviously Chris Billy, we had your Pat Scull, Reed, bullying. So it would all set up to be a fantastic game, and it didn't disappoint.
We've had players who've played for both teams, people like Peter Jackson, Lee Sinnott, Paul Reed, Lee Duxbury and Nathan Clark amongst others. It's been a few years since we played Bradford in the league. It's the making sure that the away fans are pumped up. It's about the crunching tackles. It's about making sure that you're dominant. It's all these important things, but it just makes a difference. Going to places like Valley Parade, there's a lot of atmosphere, and it's about the players being sure that they can take that on, deal with it, and make sure that they get away from there with the points.
Internally, we really had Down as one of our most important fixtures of the season against Bradford City. Down the road, huge importance for everybody, knowing the full context of what it means for everybody that's connected with the football club.
So it's sometimes really, really, really important to some of our fans to really make sure that we get that result on that Saturday afternoon.
Supporters, especially, their mood reflects our own. They're frustrated, they're angry. We understand where they're coming from. They haven't had it good for a little bit of time. That's something you referenced in the summer when you joined, is trying to return the club to where it belonged and where it needed to be. Just talk to us about how much it hurts to not be giving the fans what they need and want.
Oh, it's horrible. We know, obviously, before my time as well, that they've obviously been going through a tough time, and it was definitely for us lads to come in and bring them good times back, which I still think we can. We've got loads of confidence still in the group and in in here that we can do that. It's frustrating for them, for us especially, and you know they've got every right to be angry at times, but at times we need to all stick together and pull in the same direction and be positive, because you know we're all as one. We win together, we lose together, and when we get results on the pitch and send them home happy, I think it becomes a much better place.
Life is full of setbacks. And in football, injuries challenge players physically and mentally. Back in August, Town forward Mikel Miller was forced off the field with a hamstring injury, keeping him out for a lengthy spell.
He was isolated on the left side of the box. He's even found Mikel Miller. And Miller, oh no, he's done his hamstring. Sprinting away, he's pulled up with a muscular injury of some kind, and he's on the deck on the far side.
When I got that injury at Reading, I can't even describe how I felt. So you know what, I felt happy because I was winning. So I always think there's a bigger purpose, a bigger picture, because the boys are winning, we're playing well, etc. But after the game, it kind of sunk in. I was thinking, damn, I hope this, when I go for a scan, that the results ain't too bad, that I can be back with the boys within like a week, 2 weeks. But yeah, wasn't the case, unfortunately. And I had to deal with the bad news and shrug it off quick so I can get my head right.
Being a new father, you kind of, when you get injured, you can't dwell on it, you can't bring it home, because that energy goes home with to the wife, to the kids.
So, well, kids. but yeah, so yeah, I try not to do that. And I think it helps, to be fair. So you just know that you're not projecting that energy off on people. You just want to spread, you just want positive energy to spread on people, man. Do you know what, to keep the positivity, I'm a religious man, so I don't know how everyone else deals with it, but for myself, I literally pray a lot. So that helps me get out of, if I'm thinking about negative things for too long. And like I said to you earlier, there's a lot of worse things going on in the world. So we're literally living our dream. So we can't literally dwell on anything as an injury or something like that, because there's literally people dying, or someone that can't eat tonight or something like that. So that's a real problem.
Thank you very much for bringing all of these donations. It's good to see as well that you've brought some of our shortages.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to ask you to sort the donations, which is usually done by one of our incredible volunteers. So if you want to get some items out.
I think it's a side of things that, well, me personally, growing up, I've been around, I come from a council estate and stuff, so I know what it's like to not have and stuff. So, and being in that position now where I can help, I can be a light, well, shed some light there, it's important that, yeah, I try and do something to give back, do you know what I mean? So, no better time, I'm injured right now, obviously working my way back, but when we can put in that extra work to try and shed some light somewhere good, why not? I feel joy out of, like, I'm a giver, me, so like I love giving back to like people that don't have, or people that will benefit from things that I can do. So it's just nice to be here, like I say, we come down here, we can help out where we can, or you know, do a video that's going to shed more light for people to see and yeah, get out there, man. In a time of when you can use your time like constructively, is no better time to do it. So, and with the group that we have, like there's so many people like me in that change room, so all it takes is for one person like me to shed more light in a place that needs light, and everyone's going to jump on it and help and do their part as well. So yeah, it's just good.
You've got the injury at the moment. We want to see you back as quickly as we can do. Just let us into how's the rehab going, how are you feeling?
Yeah, rehab's going good, man. Like you said, working hard every day. Ahead of schedule, which is good. So yeah, I'm not really worrying on that side of things. Obviously it's good to get back as quick as possible, but I just want to make sure I'm right, so I come back, I'm there for the long run. We was training this morning, and then I've come here to do some like help with the food bank. But then it's like, it's not all football. So then it turns quickly into thinking, me feeling sorry about myself, I can't play tomorrow, to then, but wait, someone's not eating tonight, so you can't play tomorrow, but someone's not eating, so what's the real actual problem? I will be back at some point, so it just makes you think like your problem is not really a problem, so just ride that, you will be back, and yeah, to take on put your energy in the right place. So the
So
shopping
there we have
stand.
it. Yeah, thank you so much.
One thing that is always important at Huddersfield Town is that family matters. And earlier this year, the football community lost one of its greats. In his honour, over £49,000 was raised as supporters, families and friends walked from Manchester City's Etihad Stadium to the ACU for Alzheimer's Society and club legend Dennis Law.
Difficult and wet.
It all go all right though?
It went well, yeah. It was great. It was fantastic. It was just brilliant. Yeah, we loved it. Really good.
What does it mean to you to do a walk like that to raise money for such a good cause?
Well, yeah, it's a cause that's very close to home. My granddad passed away in August of Alzheimer's and dementia, so it was something that we wanted to do as a family. So we were very keen to do it, and it's what drove us on at the end when we were hurting and his feet are blistered. So yeah.
It's been a fantastic day. It's been a tough day. Obviously, we know what the weather's been like. It's practically rained ever since we left the Etihad Stadium. But the walkers have just stuck at it. They've all had smiles on their faces. We all know the cause they're doing it for. So if anyone's thinking of donating, please donate, because these 125 walkers deserve every penny and every praise they get. When they're doing the lap of honour, please give them all the credit because they deserve it. So welcome them back and well done to all the walkers again.
Following the amazing feat from the walk for Dennis, all eyes returned to the pitch. 22nd placed Burton Albion visited the ACU Stadium with only one win and 4 points to their name. With Lee Grant's side attempting to consolidate their spot higher up in the table, the fixture against the Brewers offered the perfect opportunity to get 3 points on the board. Stalemate. Although Town presented a barrage of offences on the Burton goal, it wasn't enough to make the all-important breakthrough. Town went up a place in the table, whilst Burton dropped to the bottom. But emotions after the game felt sombre. Games come thick and fast, but there's no time to rest when one of the world's best are up next. 8 times Carabao Cup winners, Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. They're one of the most decorated sides in modern football history.
The cup run in general, I think, says a lot about what we're trying to do this year. They're great opportunities for our players, great opportunities to test yourself at that level, up against that level of opposition. And in general, I think a reward the Man City game for that work and for that commitment to those cup performances, which, by rights, there's other clubs up and down the country that perhaps don't give the same weight that we did to those games. And I think it again says a lot about the character and the nature of the group we have, that we want to push and we want to fight regardless of opposition. And we knew that Man City was going to be incredibly hard, and we knew that was going to be tough in all aspects, physically, tactically, you know, mentally, the whole 9 yards. That was going to be tough. But in terms of what the output that the boys gave, in terms of restricting that side to the XG we did and the opportunities they had, that was incredible. That was incredible. And we've seen, if anybody, you know, wants to follow Man City or does follow Man City, you see that they create a lot of opportunities and plenty more than what they managed to create against us. So should really serve as a bit of a benchmark for all of our players in terms of what's required. You know, defensively particularly this year.
Defeat at the ACU meant Town exited the Carabao Cup after a valiant run in the competition. But there's no shame in losing to a team of such calibre as Manchester City. The Terriers returned to Sky Bet League One action in the southwest, as Chelsea loanee Leo Castledine won the match with a touch of Premier League quality.
Castledine cuts in field onto that right foot again, and this time he does find the back of the nets.
Yeah, like you said, obviously it's a bit of a half and half at the moment because, you know, I'm pleased with myself and my performances. You know, I've managed to get a few goals, and obviously that's going to make me happy as a player. That's what I'm always setting out to do. But yeah, it's always difficult when you know we're not doing as well as a team. But I'm always going to be trying to do that no matter what the situation is. I'm always going to be wanting to score. So yeah, you know, it was different for me. I was playing left wing, which I don't usually tend to do, but I've played there many times and I'm comfortable with it. And yeah, like you said, I had the one earlier that just skipped past the post, and I think, to be honest, I think that actually quite helped me because I knew that, you know, I was looking at the keeper and the defenders and what should I really do with it. Obviously, Joe Whitworth in goal isn't the tallest, sorry Joe, he's my mate, but yeah, I just thought next time I get it, I'm going to try to put it a bit higher into the corner, and hopefully it will skip past him, and yeah, it did, so it was good.
A delightful finish as he turned Jack Pavilion inside. It's his third goal of the season already. Joe Whitworth could do nothing to keep that one out.
I'm always one to believe that, you know, just because I'm younger can't mean that I can't affect the change room as well. I'm always trying to be a leader in there as well, and I think I've gained enough respect from the lads that, you know, they'll listen to me and won't just look at me as a young boy.
Praiseworthy performance at Exeter City felt like the clouds were beginning to clear. But League Grant side were about to hit a period of turbulence.
We're a passionate group, man. We've got like a few senior lads, but we've still got a lot of young lads. So like I said, everyone wants to win. So after the games, you've got players that it sticks with for a while. Like after the game, you go in, you don't want to talk, or even maybe on a Monday, they come in and it's still over their heads. So it's for the senior lads, the leadership group, the gaffer, the background staff, the chefs, when they see everyone every day, to basically just try and let everyone forget that as quick as possible.
We've had long chats in the training ground, and we need to make things right. We need to make things better, and start winning more football games. I don't switch off. I take it home with me. It's tough when it doesn't go well, because you feel the added pressure, obviously, of being the captain. But listen, it's not new to me. I'm used to it. But yeah, it's not gone the way we wanted it this month. But you know, we've got to stay positive. got to keep going. You know, we've got some good fixtures coming up, and we're looking forward to them, and we've got to, you know, put our stamp back on games and start winning more. You know, it's so hard when things aren't going right and you have to take it home with you, and you know, you can't sleep at night. You're constantly thinking of letting people down, and you know, there's nothing better when you win a game and you're happy and you're rolling with it. But you know, obviously, you know, we've put ourselves in good positions at times, and especially the last game against Bolton was a really sickener for us. Real tough to take.
Highs and lows are common in sport, and that late defeat to Bolton Wanderers felt like a real sucker punch.
Cozier Dubry, great ball in. Oh, fantastic header by Dalby!
Pressure's been building. Wasn't sure the goal was going to come, but it has.
Suddenly, Bolton looking for more. Through for Cozier Dubry! Oh, incredible! A dazzling finale from Bolton Wanderers! Bolton have stolen it, would you believe this? And Huddersfield Town simply can't believe it. In front for well over 80 minutes. Absolutely incredible. It is finished. Huddersfield Town 1, Bolton Wanderers 2.
What followed was a trip to Wycombe Wanderers to take on former Town head coach in what turned out to be a very sour afternoon. With red cards at the beginning and the end of this tumultuous period, it's been acknowledged that Town must improve.
We just need to play better, and I would say this much: if we did not have the talent, we didn't have the ability, we didn't have the coaching, we didn't have the leadership, that would be an issue. But that is just not the case. We've invested very heavily to make sure this year that we be as promotable as we can, and I think it showed early in the season that we were going to do that. As I said, you know, in other areas, that you know, we knew that the manager was not going to have instant success and not have some valleys. And we're in a valley right now, and we need to bounce back out. And I believe that Lee and his team are fully capable of doing that.
Listen, we're going through a little bit of a tough time at the minute, but it's not the end of the world. It's definitely not. A couple of good results, and you start seeing the results of that, and we can get back to where we want to be.
But there's no doubt that belief still remains within the club.
I believe we have the ability to improve. We've got some great players. We've got a great staff of coaches. We've got a manager, albeit young. He's very flexible, and he's open to change. And that's what I really came to embrace about Lee. Yeah, the last month isn't that we've not played well. My expectation is that on the future we're going to play much better, and that we're going to win a lot more games. That's really my expectation.
Next time on Unrestricted.
When things go against the team, they're always hard to process. You have an idea of where you want the game to go, and when it starts to head into a very different direction very quickly, your initial reaction is to feel frustration or anger or disappointment. So look, it's a constant challenge to manage all of that emotion and feeling and energy. It's just a challenge that I love, and one that I look forward to and relish every week.
Unrestricted, coming soon to HTTV.
Ruben, that was f***ing brilliant.